Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Quit and Build Show. Today, I have a really special guest from Poland. Zuzka Mazer, welcome on the board.
Nice to see you, but I felt like it gives me purpose for the moment. It can sound like I'm just bitching, but if you go out, you won't get like as drunk with, I don't know, a month out of comp or a week out of comp. You just won't. If you want to just sit and complain, we can do that. If you fuck up your first lift, or like if it feels bad, it can look great, but if you feel bad with it, then I start to doubt myself for the next and next and next and next.
And the one big thing became a reality. You were invited to Sheffield.
That's mental. I'm sorry, that's mental. I gave everything. I did the most for this sport. I do the most. I don't care what anyone has to say over this. I do the most I can. Well, I wanna break the world record. Well, that sounds huge. I will be like the sad child your parents want to kick out of the home, but they can't really. Oh. I don't feel like the way that people view me is my responsibility. I have a very hate-love relationship here because as much as I love Agata as a person, as much, if not more, I hate being compared to her. I could go to Sheffield, I could win Sheffield, but if I do that, that's so much different now. It is the reality.
For those who might not know this lady, she is a Polish powerlifter.
Good start.
Yeah, that's a really good start. She is junior squat and deadlift world record holder.
Yeah, that's right.
Of 217.5 on a squat and 252.5 on a deadlift. But you have deadlifted more.
Yeah, I have.
50. You deadlifted.
I did 55 in 2 comps now, but they were international.
Yeah.
That's sad a bit. And there was still room left. I don't know. I think just like lately deadlift been down, but it doesn't matter. I can still get it up.
Yeah, and you mentioned your international competitions.
Yeah.
You compete since 2023, and since then you've been 9th and 2nd in open competitions on IPF, then 2 times world champion of sub-juniors and juniors.
Yeah.
And then you did also plenty of European.
Oh, you did your research. That's impressive.
Yeah, I have to. That's my job. That's my job, to know you as much as possible. Because you actually impressed me that when I was scrolling through your Instagram, it's kind of limited. In other lifters, you just go down and down and down. But I could actually find
the beginning.
The beginning.
I'm trying to become more of an influencer. At least my coach tells me I should. Well, it might happen. I just feel like it's a bit time consuming to actually make the content that's worth watching. That's actually people will be like, wow, that's good. That's good, real. I just feel like you have to post the post needs to make sense there. So
I understand.
That's a side note anyways. Maybe it will change. Maybe I will have more posts. Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, definitely. But right now you become an influencer. You're in a podcast,
Oh, yes. That's a good start.
No, you're not actually. You're afraid of cameras. That's what you said.
Cameras. No,
yeah. I like it. So, in the beginning, I have always for my guests a T-shirt.
Oh, really?
This is my brand, Quit and Build.
That's for me?
This one's for you.
That's
I decided
perfection.
to take S.
Excuse me?
It's actually male S, so you should fit it.
That's perfect. Look, I would fit to your chair.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Let's go there. Thank you so much.
I decided to take an orange. We also have a purple, white, and different color combination.
Well, that's real pretty.
But maybe the orange is perfect for you.
It's like aura.
Yeah, it is. It's like fire.
Yeah,
I actually personally prefer the orange one.
Really?
Yeah, because it fits my.
That's why you gave it to me. Oh my god.
Oh,
thanks.
yeah, you see it. So if you were interested and you wanted to support the podcast, just go to quitandbuild.com and get your T-shirt, or just DM me and we'll figure it out for sure.
Good stuff. We can be matching.
Back to the podcast. Zuzana, as I mentioned earlier, you started in 2023. Why it was a powerlifting? How did you found out this sport?
Well, the story isn't as exciting as it might be. It was actually quite random because I was going before I competed for the first time. I've been going to the gym for a bit over a year then, so great start. And at the beginning, I was doing just like, I was with my friend, we started together, and we were doing just like, you know, random exercise. We were young, so we just kind of tried to figure our place there and stuff like that. But then I met like actual people who, well, they weren't powerlifters per se, but they knew about powerlifting or weightlifting, stuff like that, but basically like strength sports actual. And they were just a fun, like pretty much. And they would come up to me and be like, oh, well, you have potential, you know, you could do that maybe. Check out this and this and this. And they were just like crazy lifters, really like crazy numbers. I couldn't comprehend that because I was benching like 40 kilograms. I was like, I don't know, what even is that? What is this? Crazy people. But then, you know, time passed and okay, it was a year. But like, let's say half a year passed from that. And I was quickly getting better, quickly getting stronger. I actually deadlifted and squatted as well. And so time passed with that. And I looked at the numbers again from like sub-junior, I was young, so I checked probably sub-junior worlds, something like that. I was like, okay, it's not as crazy as I would have imagined it to be. You know, like I can see myself doing that numbers possibly in the future. I just straight ahead, I was like, okay, not crazy. So then we looked into the competitions, local competitions that are, it was strictly nationals, it wasn't even IPF. It was like, I don't want to say a random federation because it was real great comp actually, but it was just like for debutants, no pressure, you don't need to be in any club. It was like, you know, just go there, just compete, just lift. And I won that. Well, it was kind of close actually. It was the lifter I was competing against is great now as well. She's huge. So it was a cool battle, but you know, it was my first comp, first like big emotions and first hype there. And I was like, okay, and I won, right? So like that gives you super crazy confidence boost. Like, oh my God, like first ever doing that, all the rules and stuff. I figured out like some of the rules on the day, like you can't drop your deadlift. I had no idea. I actually had to do it. So like,
oh, you dropped it?
Yeah, I was dropping it all the time. I was like in training, I never put it down. Why would I put it down? You know, just destroy the floor. It's not my gym. But yeah, so it was very chaotic in a way, but it worked. And then we actually like looked into the rules. How can you get to the international? Because I think I totaled like 420 maybe on my first meet, and the girls at Worlds, the sub-junior Worlds, were doing like 470, let's say, maybe. So like it's not reachable. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. It's like it's not as huge, right? It's free lifts, 50 kilograms. I can do that. So we started looking into how can you get to the world stage, and well, pretty much did the actual IPF nationals and got into, how do you say it? It's like national representation team.
Yeah, I understand.
Something like that. And then let's go Malta, let's go sub-junior.
Nice.
That was. It was not as exciting as it could have been, I think. Well, very simple story.
That's perfect. And you've been doing sports before you went to the gym?
Never. No, I was a theater kid, actually. Oh. I never talk about that, but I was the biggest theater kid ever. I was like 10 years in theater. I loved that. We did comps with that, so I was like, yeah, that's my jam. Then I stopped. Well, because like different externals doesn't matter. But you know, I had so much free time. What do I do with it? And again, we went to the gym with my friend, but I was a year before my first comp. So before that, I've done nothing.
Just no sport.
Like nothing. I hated running. It was like I couldn't swim, never. It was like I did nothing with my life, honestly. I didn't do PE at school. That was so hard. I didn't like that. But, you know, I always was semi-good. And like again, PE. It was never more than that. I was always semi-good there because I was doing like, well, it's basic, but like, you know, school competitions or like multiple schools, and there's like, I don't know, handball or like sports like that. What do you do in primary schools? Pretty much all that. Yeah. Like volleyball, I don't know. They will always put me in like, go play. So I couldn't be as bad as I thought I was. You know, something must have been there, but me or my parents never like brought it up further, I think.
I understand. So you found yourself in powerlifting. This is actually like for all of us, I guess.
Live, love. Powerlifting.
Yeah. So then you've been competing then for 3 years.
Yeah, it will be 3 years. Yeah. It will be 3 years soon.
And I when I was researching your Instagram, I found one actually funny reel. God. Yeah, it was like you were benching or your opener was 80 kilos. And then, so it was 2 times more than you said you started with.
Yes.
And it was one of your first comps. I'm not sure if it was
just bench. It might have been the first comp, or I did one just bench. You're right, bench competition. It might have been there. I could have done like
And
90.
then you wrote down like you bench 92.5 on the last one, and you said something like, "Oh, it's a small PR for me, but I lifted the butt so much of the bench," and I was like, "Oh, okay, let's take a look at that. Maybe it will be just a slight butt lift." And
It was a butt lift though.
Yeah, it was like huge. But now you have 132.5.
That's right.
Yeah.
No more poverty bench. Not
Yeah.
for me at least.
Yeah. What's the journey? Not just only for the bench, but your journey of powerlifting, those 3 years. What changed when you came there? The Zuzka back then and Zuzka right now. What changed? Or
Oh my god, everything. I feel like I know it's 3 years, so people might say it's not a lot of time. For me, it's super long. I don't know. Well, maybe my perspective is biased, but I feel like it's such a huge part of my life. I feel like I've been doing it forever now. But everything changed. Like throughout the time, I've tried all the methods, all the different, everything. Because I was doing, when I started actually powerlifting, we were just doing like only free lifts. It was just like squat day. I would go to the gym and be like, okay, we can squat today. And I would squat and go out, bench and go out. Like I would just do that, nothing. And I did that actually for prep for sub-junior worlds as well. Like it was still going on there. So like 2 years maybe, is it? Oh, the timeline itself, it doesn't matter. But for the longest time I've been doing just like the free lifts, the main free lifts. And pretty much no accessories, maybe just like some abs, just throw it in there, something like that. But I was still gaining weight with that very quickly because, I didn't mention that. That's actually a fun fact. I started when I went to the gym, so that was not almost 4 years ago. I was 25 kilograms lighter. I was a baby. I was super small.
Oh.
I was tiny. Yeah, well, fun fact.
Oh no.
So I was like gradually gaining the weight, right? So obviously I was progressing as well. That's like, you can't progress. If you're training and gaining weight, you're gonna progress. But yeah, so we've been doing the main free lifts, and then I was like, okay, that's maybe not enough. Well, I was training like 6 or 7 times a week.
Nice.
It was 6 or 7 times a week, bro. It was. I didn't make it up. I was like, I had months when I was just like training every single day. It was 30 trainings for 30 days of the month.
It was still squat, bench, deadlift, squat, bench, deadlift.
Pretty much, or maybe just like squat, bench, deadlift, bench. I mostly found out on the spot in the gym because I was training mostly with a guy that was actually into the sport. He loved the sport, and he knew the squat, bench, and deadlift. He's not a coach or anything, but he knew the lifts. I was still pulling like for my first comp I was pulling conventional, so we switched that after. So that's also not as big of a timeline as it could have been because the year after, not even a couple months after I started doing sumo, I made it was a world record for sub-juniors. I did it. So it's short, it's quickly because it's big switch. I feel like from conventional to sumo, is it big? But then with Matthew, we had a lot of different approach. It was for me because we had actually like volume work. I was doing some reps. I was squatting more than once a week because I had time when I would just like squat once and I'm not doing that again. No, why would I do that? I'm benching a lot now, 4 times a week, so that's a lot for me as I would do like once or twice, right? So a lot. The approach is much different now, but we've been together with Matthew for like 1.5 years now, so that's a long time to figure out that it actually works, and we can see that clearly it does. Yeah. So, hallelujah. But I also did when was it doesn't matter, but I also used to do some weightlifting because I was thinking, let's be real, powerlifting is great, but weightlifting is an Olympic sport, so it will always be like seem more prestigious. It will be like up there. So when I was just exploring my options, I was like, yeah, let's try weightlifting. I was in a weightlifting club for like 2 months maybe. Well, it didn't last long, but I could like snatch my body weight, so I was like, all right, great.
That's cool.
I don't know if I could do that now. The stuff, but the technique is down, right? And it's also like a main lift. If you were to describe 5 main lifts, what would it be? Squat, bench, deadlift, snatch and clean jerk, right? So it gave me a great base kind of to work later on with that as well. And it's good. I train my mobility, stuff like that. But mostly with Matthew, again, the biggest change for me was the accessories. I know it's not smart, but I actually did not do none before. And when he gave me the plan, I look at it like, oh my God, a squat, bench, deadlift, and then accessories. what am I, mental? How am I supposed to manage that? What, am I going to be in the gym for half a day? You know, how's that going to work out? So I would skip them sometimes, maybe. But then I actually, I got into the rhythm of it kind of more. And now it's not a problem. That sounds rough as well. But I actually, enjoy that. We have more diversity in that. Because I would, even after training like a year of the main lifts, I would get bored of that. I'm like, Jesus, again, another day, another squat. Oh my God.
It's still the same. So you feel the diversity.
Nothing changes. Well, and again, now we have actually like, that's fun. We actually have like a block. I never had a plan, neither a block. So he sent me that. I was like, oh, what is that? So again, I did the sub-junior worlds. I feel like that's my biggest achievement.
We're still like a year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half into that. Because we never did like a prep. We never did like deload before a competition. I never knew what is deload. Maybe we'll drop weights 2 days after something, but we will still train, and like it was never a progression. The 4 week, like 4 or 6 weeks, something like that. When you have a block, you progress the weights. I never used to do that. I would just, when I started, it's a week later. Okay, so we do more, and that would go on for like half a year. So just like my block was a year long. I don't know. You can call it like that. So. Yeah, that was before Matthew. But it worked because it was, I was moving more weights, right? So it would work. And again, I was gaining the weight and I was a newbie. So you can do everything to like a newbie. It was just begin again, so you get that. So it worked.
But I have a question before we finish this question.
Yeah.
How did you found out about Matthew? Because in the podcast we had with him together, he mentioned that it was a luck that you actually found him.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, is it not? A liar match. Okay, interesting.
Okay, so let's make it straight.
Okay, I will tell you the truth. Oh, you should have said like that, I think. I don't know. People do that. I don't know. Well, Jesus, that's not, again, an interesting story, maybe. I was, can I name names? Can I call names? Okay, great. I was talking with this guy, now my boyfriend, who was training with Matthew at the time. And I talked to him because I told him that, oh my God, I will probably be dropping my coach, I will probably be switching. He was like, oh my God, what you gonna do? Oh no, it was a whole deal. I was like, well, I would just be maybe self-coach for a year. I was very bent down at the moment, so maybe like, maybe I drop, I don't know. I was like not into it at the moment. It was just like, hard time. And he, I believe, if I remember that, Jakub, he texted Matthew and he was like, oh, look, that's a strong girl. Look, text her, tell her you're a great coach, something like that. And Matthew reached out to me.
Yeah, okay,
like,
all right.
Hi, I'm Matthew. Do you like, I can train you. I'm great. I was like, I'm glad he did. I'm really glad he did because I know I would have not reached out to anybody. I knew some coaches. We have great coaches in Poland as well. I knew them back in the day as well, but I knew I wouldn't reach out. I was just like, nah, not for me.
So he reached out to you, and then it started work.
And he sent me a plan. Was just like, check it out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, accessories again. But we worked. It actually worked. And we did a meet. I don't remember. Oh, it was Open Euros.
Okay.
It was like 2 months or something after we started working. Yeah. It was 2 months after we started working together. So it was a very short time, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't bad. I actually liked that, kind of, in a way. It was not the best.
Ninth or eighth or something.
Was I?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea. All right.
Oh, he doesn't know. But well, he brought on the table a lot of changes. Like even with my technique, we switched to flats on squats. We did sync on bench. Well, we stayed with sumo on deadlift, but like we switched that a lot. It was like smaller changes, but a lot of them. So like it's just the amount of that, it made me like feel invested in the sport again, because I was like, it was again, if you get bored of something, it's repeating, it's gonna get boring. So when it was like a fresh perspective, something like that, I enjoyed that. I did. And I don't know, I stayed with him, thank God I did.
Yeah.
I don't know, one of my great decisions in life, not many of them, that's one of them, at least. And it stayed like that. It still feels, most of the time, most of the time it's good. Can I blink now?
Yeah, yeah. Most of the
No. It's good. It is.
yeah, you're
So
not reaching for the help, so it should be.
It's great. It's great now. I love it. I love everything. Right. So my eye just does that automatically.
Yeah, I understand.
When I think about that guy, you know. No. Yeah.
So that's your journey of powerlifting. I love it. You fell in love also with accessories, besides Matthew, you know.
Oh yeah, sure, love that guy.
Yeah. So, what was the one thing you would point out as a most important part on your journey? Like,
My whole journey.
yeah.
the whole-
Like let's say the powerlifting one. You know, you might have many journeys in.
No, but the whole powerlifting, so from the beginning.
Yeah, from 2023 actually.
Yeah, that's like
I actually
a long time ago.
I started in the same year with.
Really? Like we're like twins now.
Yeah, but I'm not invited to Sheffield.
I do not have a response for that. What was the most important part? Well, I feel like with powerlifting, I felt like it actually gives me purpose. Because I was nobody before that. I did nothing with my life. If I did, it was not. Let's not say that.
Yeah.
It was not great. Like, you know, it was different. And then when I was into it. I was really into the sport. Again, I started the competitions. It wasn't even about the winning. I mean, obviously it gives confidence boost again, but I felt like it gives me purpose for the moment, for the time and place where I was. It actually gave me something to hold on to that was, again, repetitive. It was always there. You know, I can go to the gym. The bar is there. It's always there. You can always do that. And I don't know if that's the most important thing, but I remember that feeling when I started, and it kind of carried me definitely for the beginning, but it's still the same. The bar is the same, right? So it kind of stayed for the whole journey, I think. I don't know. That's the most important thing. Well, it gave the mental boost. You need that. Sorry, but again, you need that. You need to have that if you're starting, and obviously it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be shit. You have so much technique to learn. It's 3 different lifts. I don't know if I can call any of them easy. Just like you need something to actually do that. No people who are right in their minds won't do that. Won't do that sport. I don't know. No powerlifter who will disagree with me here. So let's just call it.
Yeah. I
Something
understand.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an answer to your question.
Yeah, it is. It is actually.
Is it?
It is because if somebody's watching, you know, and maybe does not know you or just wants to know what's the one thing it gave you a purpose.
It felt like that. It really did.
And your purpose then is what? If I can add.
Powerlifting.
The powerlifting is like, it's being a powerlifter or.
Well, actually, kinda, because I can, you know. It might sound weird, but it made me someone. I can actually, you know all those little meet and greet stuff when you go and be like, oh, say 3 fun facts about you. I actually have something to say now. I actually feel like it might be. I never like to do that. I never like to limit myself to only being a powerlifter, but it is an identity.
Yeah, it's a big part of your life, I guess.
It's a huge part of my life. So I never say, oh, I'm a powerlifter, and that's all. But I actually had that thing to say. I never did before. It was something, you know. So it did, powerlifting as a whole, it did give me purpose. I was like, I was someone. So I feel like it, just as a sport, because you say what purpose? It was the purpose.
Yeah,
the powerlifting was the purpose.
I understand. Yeah. It's a nice explanation, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's really nice that you now kind of get that mental boost also and the identity of that.
Actually, something like that. I would go with that because it sounds accurate.
But you said you're not just a powerlifter, but powerlifting is a big part of your life.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, what's the cause? Because I forgot to mention it, but Zuzka is actually invited to Sheffield.
Yeah.
So it's like, for those who don't know, it's the biggest competition, but I think everybody who's watching, they know what
Sheffield is, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the biggest powerlifting competition. So, and you're just, are you 19 or 20?
I'm 20 now, yeah.
So you're 20.
But I'm the youngest person that gave me such a confidence boost. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I had the worst age crisis, and I'm like, the youngest person on Sheffield.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it sounds great.
It sounds another identity boost or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You can say, but nobody will know. When you say it outside the gym, nobody knows what Sheffield is.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Well, they will.
All right.
It's still like it's getting bigger. Which edition?
6th one.
6th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, like it's not longer the sport. Think about like World
5th.
Cup.
Okay, so it's 5th.
Think about like football, World Cup. Like that's been going on and going on.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it, right? But it's been around forever.
Yeah,
I don't know specific dates. But
it will get there. So back to the question.
What was
and
the
question? No. I haven't asked you anything. I just started to ask, but then we went somewhere else. So the question is: so when you're going to this competition, now when you have all the programs, you know all the accessories, what you can do. What's the cost for being What's the cost for being a powerlifter and a great powerlifter?
Well, if we want, we don't have to talk about the downsides. Obviously, there are downsides to everything. If you do a sport professionally, there are always gonna be some downsides. You're always gonna be. I don't want to say you're always gonna be injured, for example, but it will be somewhere. You won't be like the healthiest person on the street just because you put 250 kilos on your back. Like it doesn't work like that, right? So that's something I would never sacrifice as for something if I were to be like my health, right? I won't never sacrifice that. If I get like I'm dealing with some injuries right now, I know that we can deal with them and that they then can be fixed. They actually can feel better. It's like temporary. Then that's fine. That's basic. That's okay. But like little things in life, it can sound like I'm just bitching, but if you go out, you won't get like as drunk with I don't know, a month out of comp or a week out of comp. You just won't.
Yeah, even though you're Polish.
Yeah, that's the sad part. That's the sad part. I mean, okay, a beer now and then definitely won't hurt, especially in this weather. Oh my god, a cold beer, thanks. But well, maybe it's because I'm Polish. But again, for me, it was the switch because I would. If you drink and live, it might lead you somewhere for the beginning, some part of it, but then again, we're talking about the like top end, right? You have to sacrifice that. Like I'm never the kind of person who like won't say no to eating out, something like that. Because with food, everything is good. Actually, powerlifting is very good for that. You can eat a shit ton if you're not cutting. I'm never cutting though, so
you're good.
I'm good. I will never say no to that, so that's not a sacrifice, definitely. But the little things. If people don't know you and you're in like a party, a social gathering, something like that, and I'm not drinking. In Poland, if you're not drinking and you're not driving, it just doesn't work. If you're driving, okay, like 2 beers, maybe you'll stop there. But if you're not driving and you're not drinking, you're mental. Something's wrong with you, straight up. So it's not a match. So now I have driver's license, I can drive. I just became a driver. But, it's not that you need to have an excuse, because people who know you, like, you start to, like, you start to...
Yeah, I say it in Polish, maybe I'll understand.
No, I can't, I don't know the word. Like, you start to hang out with people who are similar to you. That's not nature of it. Like, you hang out with people who have some similarities. So, my friends, either made them go to the gym, it's some part of their life. Obviously, I program some of my friends so they can actually work out, have a purpose, do something. Or you just automatically start to make friends who are also powerlifters. So if you do that and you go to a party with powerlifters, no one will question you, no one. But if you're in a strange space or just strangers, it is in Poland. Again, it won't pass. It's different now. So that's a part of it. And again, I don't want to bitch around because I can't drink. Oh my god! But it is there. It is there because it's a social thing. Things like, bro, we drink like birthdays, Christmases, weddings, a lot. So if you just say no every damn time, I don't want to say it's boring because I'm not an alcoholic. Thank you. But it's just a part of life. You need to just hang out sometime. So, there's that. The food is great. If I'm healthy, I have pretty much nothing to complain about. Because some people can say that it's time consuming, but if you're to waste your time, I don't know, I do that anyways, but scrolling TikTok, stuff like that.
Playing Clash Royale.
Oh my god, you play Clash Royale?
No, I played it, actually. I have to account.
Add me.
All right.
But yeah, well, if you're to waste your 2 hours of the day, bro, it's not that long. It isn't, and it's not every day. Again, I train 5 times a week now. Yeah, well, I did 4, so that's really not as much as it could be, right? So even again, I got uni, I got work, and then I powerlift. There's still time. I'm not like antisocial. I still go out with people. I still have friends and stuff like that. So it's a matter of management, I think. If someone were to just jump into the sport and 3 hours at the gym every day, no breaks, and like that, yeah, okay, it's time consuming, but you get used to it, obviously. So I don't feel like I'm sacrificing that.
Yeah, that's really nice. The reason why I'm asking is because people always see the success, but they don't see anything behind it.
Yeah.
So especially for Polish people, you have to sacrifice that kind of hanging out with people and being drunk all the time. I guess like the social gatherings more. But it seems like you're fine with that.
I am. If you wanna just sit and complain, we can do that. Because when you have.
I love it.
Oh, okay.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
If we can. Oh, that was a perfect sentence you said.
I love it. Thanks. But if you just wanna actually think what you can sacrifice, I wouldn't say sacrifice, but if you're so much into anything, you can be, again, I will bring football, I don't know why. If you're into football and your team is losing and they lose, you'll be sad. It's same with powerlifting, especially if you're watching yourself. If you're a powerlifter and you go to the gym, you have a shit session, your whole day is shit, I feel like. It can be different, but if you have a shit day and a great session, it automatically becomes great. Like, it's just, cherry on top. But if you have a shit session, I feel like let's not say whole week because I have a memory of a goldfish. But, that's the good one, is it? Yeah. Good. But, you can just leave that behind you kind of quicker. But still, the session, if it feels like shit, it feels like shit. You will just feel like shit. So that's the mental thing you have to take, I think. Because definitely not every session will be good.
Yeah.
If majority is good, you're doing something wrong. I don't know how you do that. But, yes, is it a sacrifice? That's the question.
How you deal with those kind of sessions, when you don't feel great, and it's like, or what's the progress? No, the process. The process of the procedure of that.
Procedure. Well, again, I try to. I put the try. I try to forget about it quicker. Actually, I will finish the workout. I don't remember last time I haven't finished the workout. I actually will sit there. I will do it. I might not like it much, but I will finish it. No, if I skip something, it's because the gym is closing at 11 p.m. and that's too early. And I skip like random accessory. I will do it later in the week, though. I actually will. So I will, you sit with it. You sit with the shit training. Okay, great. Bitch to your coach. That is shit you will not compete. You will lose. You will bump out. And the next day you do it again.
All right.
That's the great part, right? Because you get some good sleep if you, bless you, you get some good sleep, and you will do it again. And if you feel, that's what I try to do. Try. But if you will go with a shitty attitude again from the shitty day, it will be much harder for you to actually enjoy the session. And trust your coach. He will figure it out. He told me to say that. No, but you have to kinda, because if you if you just got bad vibes all the way in your life, and you bring that with you to the training and you bring it to the platform, what's kind of the point? You will not enjoy it if you do something you're not enjoying. Why keep doing it?
So how you bringing your good vibes to the platform?
I don't think I'm the best person to ask this question because it's not easy for me. It is not sometimes. Oh yeah, he'll live good. It's not easy for me sometimes again because if you're scared of like losing, stuff like that, it will haunt you. It will haunt you in the sports. And you can't really be afraid of that. You just have to like accept it's the part of it again. And have to bring the good vibes. I don't know, listen to music. I pet my dog,
All right.
stuff like that. It's easy things, but it sometimes helps. I actually, when I'm bitching to my coach, oh my god, I don't say he's the worst coach ever, but I think he doesn't listen. It's great.
Yes.
No, but you know, if we are complaining, it actually like gets.
Yeah,
I don't want to tell you now, but if you get it out, actually,
just spread out.
and you can, it can pass faster, I think.
Yeah.
And you can, again, the new day, new me energy, bring that to the table, and pray to the powerlifting gods that it's gonna be good on midday. But I think midday is very, very different from trainings.
All right.
At least for me, I train a commercial gym; it's super different. Everything is different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? But your mental is different. I can't bring my midday mental to my trainings, no matter how hard, right? It's like a whole day of prep, right, for a meet.
Okay, can you just bring us a bit, or just dig a bit deeper, how your training mood or your training vibes look and your meet day?
On midday, I don't think I've had like a meet day where I was super out of it. No, actually, okay, when you know, you try to be locked in, and again, you have the weigh-in, you have the whole day before, you do the prep, you drive somewhere, so you're usually not in your hometown, you have to travel. It's different than what you do in training, because for the gym, I just go there, I know I have to lift, and then I live. It's quick as like, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but one single training session doesn't matter. If you build it up, right, obviously it does. But for the time being, I just like, okay, get it done. You know, deadlift, okay, then it's like a task, a chore. You do it. Right. You do it and it's over. But the midday, that's what you've been working for. That's why you didn't skip the trainings, right? So that's why you have to be there. And I can't imagine like being out of it. When I was mentally out of comp, we fucked up all the lifts.
Oh.
Glory to Germany. That was Germany.
Yeah, I know.
I'm too Polish for Germany again.
Oh.
I'm as Polish as gets. My family never left this country, so I can't be German. I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, it was also like.
Yeah, it was a curse.
Yeah, and bad weather also like.
Yeah. Oh, it was so bad. Oh my god, it was so bad.
You were fading and all that stuff.
Oh, it was bad. I got like nosebleeds. I was fainting. It was just bad all the way. So this
you weren't locking at all.
I will admit that, because when I feel like I put a lot of pressure on the first lift, right? If you fuck up your first lift, or like if it feels bad, it can look great, but if you feel bad with it, then I'm like, I start to doubt myself for the next and next and next and next, okay? Because there are like 8 attempts left. That's not much. I'm sorry, but 8 attempts might be someone's warm-up, right? It's not a lot. It isn't. So you can say it is. It's not. If you start with a bad vibe, it puts the doubt. It puts the doubt in you somewhere. You might not want it, but it will be there. It will. And again, circa Germany, I did not like any lift I did, neither on the warm-up, neither on the platform. It just all felt ass. There were, again, a lot of externals for that. I didn't even do like a meet recap. We were both doomed in the press with Matthew, so like we really don't talk about it much. But it was a lot of externals for that specific meet. But I'm still, bro, I was in an A group for open worlds as the youngest person ever to be in an A group. I need some credits for that.
That's a lot of pressure.
Exactly, right? I ended top 10 anyway, so that's not...
Yeah, you were 9th. 9th on the comp.
It's not shit. It just felt bad for me, because I was used to being better.
So right? What was different now in Lithuania? When you play second?
Everything was different. Oh my god, everything was different. Well, I know. I was nominated second as well, right? And for Germany, I was also, I believe, nominated 9th.
All right.
He might disagree, but I remember that we didn't want, I don't know. It's like, I don't want to go below what I'm nominated with. If I go above, great. Everyone's happy. But, you know, we just stayed there. So we knew in Litva, well, again, we were there before, and the meet was good. Let's not call it great, let's call it good. The
Europeans.
Yeah, the European.
Yeah.
It was good. So the place was, you know, it gave me the good energy already, because I knew it. It was in Germany. That's the second argument.
Hopefully nobody from Germany will...
No, I love the German people. I actually adore the German people. I never met it.
Alright, so it's just a country.
I have to say that, I feel like. I don't know, I feel like it was just like, it was different. It must have been different. It wasn't my first time on first time on the open walls. It's a bit scary, it's a bit intimidating. But then I feel like on this meet, the open walls 2026, there was a lot of pressure on me. Maybe not from people, because people were gonna be like, oh, she's gonna do shit anyways. And well, Crown won, so let's say they were right. But the pressure, I feel like it can help, and it did for me in this specific moment. Mm-hmm. The prep was like ish, right? It was hard for me to actually focus and believe that we can get there and not bomb out and do shit and all that. But on the day, it was good. And kind of that's what matters, right? If you get through the prep, and okay, it can be ups and downs, obviously. But on the day, if it's good, what's the downside? Like, there's no downside. Yeah. I forgot the top. What are we on again? But something like that.
I understand. So what I feel like your mental state there in Lithuania was completely different. Every lift
from Germany.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, your first lift felt okay, so you were you weren't doubting yourself at all.
Yeah, well, it was kind of the plan. Ours with my coach, right? To get the confidence boost, to start kind of easy, to start again like easy openers, so they would move fast and I would feel good with them. And then we did bigger jumps that most people wouldn't usually, whatever you call it. But that was the point. So the first lift feels good, and the rest you just you go in with a different mental. If it's good, the second is okay, it's good. You almost PR, and it's oh my god, great lift. So it just helps you boost that confidence again. We did hire an opener on bench. Well, that was useful. I'm not complaining there, cause we won gold on bench. Hello, can I flex?
Yeah, you can, of course.
Yeah, sorry, that's something I never thought would happen. Never in my life. I was like, okay, bench was always down there, and again now gold. Wow. So, well, it definitely helped to lower the openers than what we could have done. They looked easy and they were supposed to look easy, so that was kind of the point. Also, you kind of trick the competition. You never know how much I'm gonna jump.
That's
think about it. I think like when looking at a competition at your competitors,
or opponents.
That's nice. Well, when looking at your competitors, you always assume like, oh, jump, this and this from like percentage-wise. It's not. You never assume they're gonna do big for some reason or small jumps for some reason, because you don't know. I have to ask, but they're not gonna tell you, obviously.
You'll be the mysterious person like on the Sheffield. You never know how Zuzka, how much
like that.
She jumped. Yeah.
No, on Sheffield, I don't know.
That's a different story.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
That is a different story. It's about to happen, so.
Yeah.
About.
We'll talk about it later. Now I want to ask you one comp-specific thing, and it's kind of your ritual or something you're doing during the comp. Like before the first lift, or just before every single lift, or in a warm-up, before weigh-ins or something like that.
I don't want to seem crazy, but sometimes I do. When it's before a comp, I'm like, oh my god, I'm screwed now, I like open an umbrella in the house, I will tweak out. You won't see me in this room again. Like, I cannot be there.
Oh.
So I'm crazy like a bit. So that's... What?
Superstition.
Oh.
Yeah, superstition. Yeah, I know that.
So I'm superstitious?
Yes.
Oh, I don't like the sound of it. Doesn't matter. Well, before a comp especially. So, it's the little things. Obviously, I don't actually believe it's gonna change anything for me. But the mental, again, it's a big part of the comp. And if I will have in the back of my head, oh my god, I broke a mirror, I will crash out there, right then. So that's big for me. So I need to like be clean of that.
Yeah.
I don't want any of the bad energy. But I also have like, that sounds childish. I have one will make me look paranoid, the other childish. Bro,
all right, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't make me a good person.
It makes you a good lifter, actually. So it helps.
I have two stuffy toys, like stuffies. Right. one that I always have them at my trainings even, just like always with me. I bring one to the like exams at uni, so like, it's like a good luck charm. It's like a small one. I have this kitty, and then I got a monkey with a banana. Because monkey eat banana, monkey no crumb. I don't know if you noticed. Do you know this? Oh my god! Show it to him.
Yeah. I'll search it up.
It's the best meme ever. Well, so that's important. I always have them. They're always in my gym bag. But I even wear like the same sweatpants, the same hoodie that I always, for every comp since I started. I always have the same outfit. I'm outfit repeater. Great. But it's always the same because I'm like, good luck charm, good luck charm. I listen to like my specific music, like just one playlist. I'm not saying like a song, but there's a lot of the songs. But that's the good music. What else do I do? I eat. I always have the same. Like at least I need to have like the same little jelly packs or whatever that is. I have to buy them. I bring them from Poland. I was in Costa Rica. I brought them with me. So like, it's tough. It's tough. But I do this. I do the little things. I don't know if it helps in any way. I will keep believing that it does. So
we'll see your toys at Sheffield.
Yeah, I will bring that. I will bring all of it.
And the food and the hoodie,
yes,
everything.
I will have a separate suitcase with my food. I don't care. And my stuff aids.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it helps again, but these are the little things that I do. The ritual, is it a ritual? Somewhat.
Yeah,
somewhat it is. Because I don't have like, some lifters have like almost like a dance looking, like come up to the bar and this is like always the same. Yeah, the setup. I probably do some like little things, but it's not nothing huge, so it's not a ritual like that. But again, there's little things.
What I see on you, you kind of punctual. You focus on the little things to make the one big thing.
The big picture, the big picture.
And the one big thing became a reality. You were invited to Sheffield.
That's mental. I'm sorry, that's mental. I never thought it would happen.
Yeah, that was my question actually. If you thought you would be invited to Sheffield, like if you knew you could have been or you could be invited before Lithuania.
I personally have never believed that. I still like, great. Matthew did. Matthew called like he always calls like, oh, you're gonna win that. Oh, you're gonna do the world record here. Oh, you're gonna do that. Like, no. I just make fun of him in some way at least. But my bad, I guess. But I never did. I never thought about it. I always, since I started, right? So when I started powerlifting, Sheffield was already there. It's short, so yeah. But I always looked up to it like, oh my God, just like this huge eyes. You see a kid with like a Toy Story, something like that. And they're like, oh my God, that was me. I was watching like, bro, that's good, that's goated, Never have I thought that I would be there. If I were to dream a bit, I was like, think nicely, kill little things. Obviously, everyone wants to. But that's the part, you can want a lot of things. I want a Lamborghini, bro, I don't have one. I wanted to go to Sheffield and I'm there, so maybe Lamborghini is there as well.
On the way.
People are gonna diss me for Lamborghini, I don't know. Some fast car.
Yeah.
A red, fast.
So maybe Ferrari.
But what was the point? And on a deeper level, I never believed that I can do that. Here we are though.
But you're there. You're going to Sheffield. What it means to be invited to Sheffield to you?
I don't know, because it's big, it's huge. I don't want to say, oh my God, it means everything, but kind of does. Because again, people are telling me that 3 or 4 years of working out is nothing. Oh my God, after 3 years, I'm not invited to Sheffield.
I never tried to do this.
No, I'm not saying it's a comparison, but some people do that. But for me, it's so long. I gave everything. I do the most for this sport. I do the most. I don't care what anyone has to say over this. I do the most I can. So being at this absolutely highest level, I can't really comprehend it for me. My brain is too small for that. I know. I can't do that. I'm not smart enough again.
No.
Yeah, maybe. Because it's so out there. I never imagined that it could be achievable for me. Never. Because again, before in my life, before powerlifting, I've not achieved anything close to it, obviously, but even like on a smaller scale, never. So I would never think of myself that highly. And now, being among 12 best, strongest people in the world. No weight class, no age. Like, again, and I'm 20 years old. Confidence boost. I don't feel as old. Thank God. What that, it's huge. I don't know if I can wrap my head around it properly. So what it means everything. It means the most.
Yeah. And what changed after you found out that you are invited in your head and also maybe in your training, or I'm not sure.
Well, honestly, since the invitation, I actually got public, right? I, it might sound weird, but I don't think I've had actually time to sit and process, you know? I like to do that sometimes, but lately, well, a semester for me ended already, so I will have more time, but from the invitation, it's been what? Not, how long? Like 2 weeks or something maybe.
Yeah.
I have not had the time to like sit and process, actually, you know, stare into the wall or ceiling, whatever, and think, because that's like crazy. So in my head, did a lot of change. Well, I got an ego boost. That's one. Do I feel more confident? Well, obviously on some level, I actually feel, you know, again, like it means something. I don't know what the something is, but it does. It has meaning to it. And so in our training, well, we are doing more rehab stuff now, so we can hopefully add some kilos to the total. Well, hopefully. We will add anyways, but you know, it's 5 months. It's 5 months ago, I was doing nothing compared. So we definitely will add kilograms anyways. But we do prioritize the rehab right now. I'm in Prague to be a physio, actually. That's the main purpose of it. And obviously, okay, can I say that? I can say that Matthew's opening his gym. Can I say that?
Yeah, we already advertised.
Great. Okay, perfect. Then 2 things combined, but it's like even better, right? Huge opening of a gym, amazing. And if I can get some help from a physio, I don't know. Shout out to Polish people. If someone's in Warsaw and knows a great physio, hit me up. Okay. I have not met a, I don't want to say that. But I have not found a solution when I was searching for it myself. So with help of Matthew, we're hoping we will take care of it. And now that I'm after the physio, the consultation with physio, or whatever, the visit, we see like clearly what needs work. Like clearly, it's just like, you know, you can write it down. Because before it was like, oh, it has here. You can do that, no idea. But now it's just like pinpoint black.
Yeah, just what do you like the small steps
exactly
or just the
same.
small points to work on.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like, because when you put it in like the small parts, it doesn't seem as big. Because, I want to add, let's not call it.
Yeah, just random.
I want to add kilos to my total.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I want to, you know, break the world record. Well, that sounds huge. But if you're like, okay, I fix my knee, I fix my back, I fix my ankle, the shin pain, it's like a little. Then I start squatting more, and then I start benching more, and then I start deadlifting more. Well, look, that's like a cause and, you know, effect.
Then I will burn Sheffield.
Yeah, exactly. Then that all together works up to the total. So that's like little steps. It seems much more manageable for me.
Yeah, that's actually a nice life approach. Yeah, I like it.
Great.
I like it. I never had it on a podcast that somebody would be like destroying one big thing to the smaller steps.
The big picture can be a bit intimidating, I feel like. Well, again, it's Sheffield. It's super intimidating for me. There are gonna be pictures taken, interviews taken. I'm gonna be like, someone again.
Yeah, you'll be a star.
It is intimidating.
You already are, but
I love it, obviously. But it is intimidating on some level to be there, to do that, right? There is, again, the pressure on you.
Yeah.
And if you think about it like that, oh damn, that shit's scary. But if you pinpoint it to like little tiny things, it's amazing. It's great. It's more than great.
That's perfect. You already mentioned that you'll be big. No, I said it that you will be the star, but you'll take a lot of interviews, a lot of photos.
That's scary,
yeah, all the stuff. So you kind of will become, I might say it, like idol for someone.
Oh, that's
that
scary.
You would be like the role model for somebody. So do you feel that kind of pressure or responsibility for that? Or how are you gonna handle it in the future?
You know, I don't feel like the way that people view me is my responsibility. Because obviously I build the picture, I present myself, how I present myself. I do that myself. So obviously that's on me. But people will talk, people will think stuff, right? Anyways, no matter what I do, always there was some kind of reaction. So I still think of myself as the person who looks up to the people. I look up at the, like, 2024 Sheffield, 2023, 2025 even, right? Was it? Yeah, okay. 2025, stuff like that. And I look up to those people so much. And they are like, I don't want to name names because there's like a lot of them, 24, okay, a lot. But I look up to it crazy amount. It's just like super impressive for me. It feels out of reach. Again, I know I got the invitation, but I feel so out of reach. I need to remind myself sometimes that now I am one of them, actually. I am there now. So it's not like, again, that's how you said it, that people might think of me the way that I think of these people.
Yeah.
That is a bit scary when you put it that way. It is. I think I'm too young for this responsibility, maybe, I don't know. But
Is it a question of age?
I don't know, maybe I feel like I just have not much experience in this field, as much as I could, as much as other people do.
But you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, obviously. So, like, it's great. Obviously, it's great. And I feel like, again, the person who I am can be, for people, it can be, like, admirable in some way. Does it sound egocentric? Maybe a bit. But still, that's what I think like, right? Because if I look up to those people, I don't even know their whole life story, nothing like that. You just see them and you're like, wow, you're in awe. So if I'm with them and I blend in, let's say I will do. I hope I will blend in, you know. I will look like one of them, something. Then it is huge. It is huge that someone might be like, oh my God, you know. I remember giving like my first autograph. Yeah. I was like, they really? Oh my God, from me? Stop it. You know, I was like, it was a shocker for me because I never see myself there.
Yeah, I understand.
Now that you're in the room, I'm in the room, I don't feel like I'm in the room.
And have you imagined the whole audience cheering for you, like 5,000 people?
They will be like
when you enter this, or maybe or even more. But I just shot a random number.
I had to Google, and I found out when I found out about the invitation, I was like, 6,000 people. Google image. Like, how does it look? Because it's like huge as crowd, and they will know my name. They like will know. They're strangers for me, but they will find it out anyways. They will know who I am, right? That's a huge amount of people. That's some concerts, crazy concerts, right? How do you even, you can't see them. It's a crowd as big as, I don't know. I Googled that, it's great pictures. You can't see nothing there. Because all the, local meets are different, obviously, but even the open worlds, it's a great audience. There are a lot of people. But it's nowhere near 6,000. Like, it's a tiny fracture, the world open, right? And then again, 6,000, I cannot imagine that. I feel like I would just walk out, then my minute will pass, and I will be just still looking like, oh my God, you know? I'm not bad with audiences, because again, circle back, I was a theater kid.
Yeah,
it was nowhere near 6,000 people, never. But it was, at some, like, we used to do international competitions. I won't tell exactly what it was. I don't remember. But it was like hundreds, definitely, right? So it's a theater.
That's pretty good.
And I remember that feeling as well. I was tiny, maybe, sure. But it was so huge. There were so many people. I feel like I would just go back to that moment a bit because it will be the same. It will be just like the lights on you, the people on you.
I feel like you're gonna enjoy the Sheffield really much. Because
I hope.
You know, you, as you said, you're the theater kid, so you will put some amazing show there.
Well, I hope I could, you know, because it's always, I feel like the time pressure is a bit out there. I know that a minute, for me, it's short. I never was in a situation when I was running out of time to like get the start comment. I never was in that situation. But I feel like it is a bit, again, the pressure is there. So I love it when like the cool lifters go out and like scream, they just like do something, yeah, like hell yeah. But I don't know if I can do that and not die of cringe, honestly.
Oh.
Sorry, but that's the truth. It's like, who are you screaming to? Who are you looking at? There's 6,000 people. What do I do with myself, you know? If maybe we can practice this after. We can think of something I can do on the platform. I don't know.
All right.
I have 5 months to think. I might figure out something. But you need to be entertaining in a way. They came to watch you as well, so.
I think you will be no doubt.
You think?
Yes.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah,
no pressure. No.
Yeah, no pressure, no pressure at all. Would you have something to say to the 12 or the 11 rest of the people who will be competing with or against you?
You know, I don't think, again, I did not expect me to go as far, and I don't think none of the other lifters, like you call them, the 11 lifters, expected me. If they heard about me before the Worlds that happened, they definitely did not expect me to go as far as quickly, at least.
Yeah.
You know, I had like some of the great stars there reach out to me, like text me, DM me. Oh my God, I'm so excited to see where you end up. You know, how it goes for you. But that was like 6 months ago. And now I'm here 6 months later. It's not 6 years. So I don't think nobody expected me to be at Sheffield, at least this quickly. Because, you know, you can hear a lot that you have potential, you're great, you can do that, yada, yada, yada. But when it actually happens, the talk becomes reality. That's so much different. Because we can talk about anything, you know, we can, I don't know, be invaded by aliens, we could. Mm-hmm. But if it happened, that would be so much different. It's the same here. Because obviously I could go to Sheffield, I could win Sheffield. But if I do that, that's so much different now. It is the reality.
You were talking about something you would say, or just, you know, how you feel about being among the top 12 lifters in the world. So my question now is, what would you do if nothing ever happened to you? Like there was no powerlifting, no invitation to Sheffield, no 6,000 people, no top 12. Have you ever thought about it?
That's a scary thought. I don't even want to go there, honestly. I don't know what I would do with myself. I don't know. I feel like powerlifting, I started powerlifting when I was in high school, right? So it gave me, again, something to hold on to. That's something that was still there. Stuff like that, we talked about that. If I did not have that, bro, I don't know if I would be sitting here anyways. I have no idea. It might have gone like real sideways for me.
Like, you mean not sitting here because of a powerlifting podcast?
No, because I'm just fucking not existing then. In this universe, I'm just not there, honestly. I didn't have nothing back then. Great, you can say, you have family, you have friends, you always have something, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I understand this.
The view, the perspective is so much different. Because, well, you know, my family is still the same. I still had them and I still have them, it's the same. It's not, the perspective is not there. Because when you look at, when I look at it now, I feel like I have something, that there's always something with me. And that no matter where I go, no matter when, you know, how, what happens, I can always come back to it as well. Doesn't really change as much. Like, it won't. But if I have no idea what will happen. Because again, I did not have anything. I don't know if I would be at uni. I don't know if I would be employed. I don't know. I would not do nothing with my life. I would be like the sad child your parents want to kick out of the home, but they can't really. Because they will end up on the streets. Like, it would be bad. I don't want to sound like all, you know, negative.
Mm-hmm. You don't. You're
that's all one of
the most positive person.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Then there were worse. Great. But it was like that. That's like all I had. The perspective just was not there. I could not imagine myself living past 18, bro.
Oh.
I'm 20. I was like, so much more, right? I was like, it's out there. I didn't think I would be there physically, and now I'm at Sheffield. It's so much different. It's like 180 switch for me from where I was. I don't think I fully comprehended it myself, because again, it's so much different. When I look at the photos, I think of the memories from a couple of years back. People might say 5 years is nothing. It's the world. It means the world for me. It's a huge part of my life. Again, everything changed. And with that changing, I feel like I change as well. Obviously, right? If you change your
Yeah, you
environment, you
evolve.
must change it. And again, I was growing up still, so people change at that age, and so did I. Because of that, there were so many more externals that usually people my age go through, and so I changed a whole lot. It's a difficult topic because some people say people can't change. You always stay the same, right? There are people who say like that.
All right.
And I used to think this as well, because like, well, you're you, and that's always the same. You're you, but the quality doesn't change. The perspectives in life change. So how can, if all that changes, how can you stay still the same? It can't. I think.
No, you're right. I agree with you. If you don't, guys, just let us know down in the
Sure,
comments.
we can argue.
Or just let us know what do you think. But I want to ask you, if you could meet your older self.
Older?
Older.
Shit.
Your younger self. Sorry,
okay.
sorry. Yeah. We are in the
Yeah.
past because we can't influence the future. You know. So, what would you advise to you? Like, you know, let's say, it feels like you're the miserable
Yeah.
girl, you know, just no purpose in life, something like that.
Great,
Or
great picture you painted.
obviously, it's not
yeah,
that
sure.
bad. But there might be people like you were right now,
Yeah,
and
they are.
and they need to hear something. What would you say to you or them?
Bro, just hang on. Actually, I know like they might be. It might feel like you have nothing to hold on to, because it happens. Life happens, right? You can have nothing to hold on to, but you have to. If you do, well, it's boring to say it will get better, because if you don't want to feel like it will, then you're not gonna believe that. It doesn't matter for you, but you do have to hold on to nothing. Great, don't you can hold on to nothing. Just do that. Sorry, but if I saw like the younger version of myself, if she was here, she would lose her shit. Let me tell you that. She was absolutely lose that. I don't know what will happen. Either like the greatest fight you've ever seen.
Oh,
Yeah, it might be. It might go both ways. Honestly, no idea. But yeah, I think I would do that. I would just tell her to hold on, because I know what's coming, and it might not obviously it might not happen to everyone that in 5 years or wherever you'll be in a totally different place. But if you want to, you can change that. If 5 years is a shit ton of time, again, people say it's short. It's not. It's 5 years. That's crazy long.
yeah, it's actually
Just
one
change
third
that.
of
Yeah,
fourth
that's
one
a
fourth of
quarter.
your-
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
shit
the
ton.
difference when somebody like who's 70 years old says
No.
5 years. Oh, it's nothing.
I understand that.
But for you,
Yeah.
it's 1/4 of your life.
And again, like 0 to 10, you're nobody. You don't have nothing. So I feel like it's half of my life at least.
Yeah.
It feels like it. So you have to hold on again, bro. Like, have to.
So if I'm getting correctly, just saying you have to just keep going.
Well, all honesty, I know for a fact if even a younger version of myself, right, younger me, would hear that, she would not give a single shit. She would not a single one. She wouldn't even. She would not listen. She would not a care in the world. But if I put it out there that people might think like that, if you said who are in a similar situation, and they might have this attitude that I had, that fuck off. You know, they're not listening to that because it's empty words. Obviously, great. Listen to the empty words then.
But you have the proof.
Yes, exactly. If I didn't even want to change at the beginning, right? But it happened. Obviously it didn't happen by itself, but it started happening. It's not fast. It's not crazy. It's not like, you know, you wake up the next day and you're person. No, fuck no. But if you look a year back into your life, like, you can change so much if you actually mean to. I feel like, you know, I might be spitting bullshit all this time, but that's my perspective. You know? That's what I
I'm
think.
asking about your perspective.
Yeah, well,
so.
okay.
That's what would you do?
Yeah.
All right, that's perfect answer. Thank you for that.
Sure, good.
It's not like perfect. It's a
Well,
question of the perspective, but it's your answer. That's what I'm looking for. And now we are heading to my favorite question of the podcast. And for you, I kind of had to adjust it a bit. Because normally, I'm asking, what would you do if you died in 6 months? But that's obvious. you would just win a Sheffield or win a Sheffield. So for you, it's just you have 30 days.
Shit, man.
30 days left. You know, after 30 days, everything's gone. It's over.
And what do I do?
What would you do? Yes.
Honestly, I feel like, sorry, but it is a very, I just say that 5 months is nothing, doesn't matter. 30 days is nothing. You're taking away my Sheffield from me. Please don't do that.
No worries.
Please don't do that. I feel like I'm this kind of person, because it might differ. People might, stay with their family, something like that, probably getting answers. I have a lot of different things on my bucket list that are achievable if you have the time and the money. That's two things I need to have in life, time and money. You can do anything. So if I have time, which is 30 days, but this is 30 days of freedom. I would not work, I would not study, not like that. I would drop all that. So I have pure 30 days. And let's say I can borrow money.
Yes, you can.
I can.
Nobody else except you know that you're going to
exactly. I will be in debt for the rest of my 30 days.
Yes.
Yeah, great. I would go see, I would go travel, I would do all that. Because I get like, everyone has like small bucket lists, right? I would want to do all that. If I can bring like a friend, a loved person, something like that with me, great. But I just want to, I'm always impressed with like the size of everything, the universe, the world. And if you think that, you're in Poland, just, tiny, small peg, I feel like I've been to different multiple countries, a lot of them. But I feel like I've not explored nothing. And 30 days might not give you shit to explore. But I still would do that. I would say let's say I know this. I would say my goodbyes. You said they don't know. I would do that. I would say my goodbyes, say I'm going for a trip, a month trip, I will be back, yada, yada. And absolutely just go, I don't know, a train, a plane, nothing, something like that. It might be boring. It might be like a very basic answer, but I still would do that.
No, it's not. Would you still lift?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I might go to like a Singapore, a random gym, and aura farm a bit there, stuff like that. Because you need to have fun. If you're sightseeing, you can be at random places, with random people. I feel like have fun there. I still want to do something because it does bring me, joy. It does bring me pleasure. It does bring me satisfaction. But if I got 30 days, I know I'm not gonna work up to a crazy total in the 30 days or like be the strongest 20-year-old ever and then die. No, I know that won't happen if I know that I have 30 days, right?
If you had more time, as you have more time, now you're prepping for the biggest competition. Just go. You're not dying. You're just going all in.
It's scaring me. Oh my God.
Yeah. What's if there's always like I'm going to give it all I have. What's the all you're gonna give?
I'll give it all. I'll give the most again, because it's hard a bit. Because I feel like in prep, when I am mentally locked in during the prep, I'm doing the most. I try to do the most. I do struggle with like the most, optimal food intake, stuff like that. The steps. So do your steps. I don't know. I have to do my steps. I try. I do struggle with stuff like that. It might seem simple, but if I focus on trainings and I do well in trainings and I follow the plan and I do RP, all that, and then I have to do the steps. Well, maybe I'm just again too not trying to do it for long enough period because the training became a routine for me because I've been doing it almost 4 years. It has. But I've been focusing on food and steps only for a year and a half that I've been with Matthew, and I feel like I have not had the opportunity for it to become like a habit for me, as the training did. So when I do focus on them as well, which again is just hard for me, it's manageable obviously, but it's just more difficult. I feel like it does give something. I don't know if it's like the placebo effect or something, but it works to a certain degree at least. So it is definitely worth focusing. It might be like, just an answer, just like nothing specific. But I definitely will try that as well. I always like to, after my competition, I always like to have like a week off, something like that. Well, we got an invite to Sheffield So we did not have the week off. So I'm still kind of, recovering both mentally and physically. I feel like from the Worlds, from the comp. So after this block is done, so that's a month. We're 2 weeks more.
So
Yeah, we'll definitely like look back in specific because we want to do the rehab a bit now. We want to feel better. The load management is like it's all lighter. It's more family friendly. It's all quite cute and friendly, So I have the time now to kind of get back to it, kind of recover a bit, and then we would just like I know it's impossible, but I do want to have everything on point. I will do the most. I will do again.
Are you doing also something like with your mental state or some mind games or some like?
I like to do crosswords or something.
Okay, yeah, no, not like
that mental game. Okay, that's a mental game.
Oh,
sure.
maybe like working with the mindset, like some meditation or.
I try to do that, but like meditation or yoga, when you just focus on the breath. No, I try to do that. I don't know. I just feel like it got too boring for me too quickly. I know that's kind of the point. You have to sit through the boring. Well, it didn't work. I'm not currently not doing nothing like that, or I don't remember if I have been doing anything like that before. And I think it might be like again the small tiny changes. So I would talk actually if I like struggle with something, I will talk to people or stuff like that. That's like the little things. But if I were to meditate, I know 10 minutes each morning, that's just not for me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just not. It's for a certain amount of people and they enjoy it. I know they do. I know it works for them. I'm just not there. Well, simply, can't have everything. But mental prep, I will have again more time off now because I have no uni holiday break. Thank you. So that I feel like it will help because it just takes the
pressure
weight of the play. Like you have so much more time. For me, at least it looks like that. When we were in Worlds, we're in the middle of my finals. It was so bad. I had the heaviest lifts and of the prep, and then go do your criminology final. Like it's just not happening. But I passed. Woo, great.
You're
Huzzah. Exactly. So now I don't have to struggle with that anymore. I have all the time in the world. I can only get work. So that's like nothing.
That's nice.
That's chill. That is chill.
How are you gonna combine the uni and the prep for the Sheffield? Because Sheffield is in November, and I think you will be going to university.
Yeah, no, you're right. I start university was it English? In October. So that's like a month and a half of prep that I will have to do with like having classes. But honestly, I feel like it's quite simple because I do want to have more time for my trainings, but even like for food prep, the little things. If you have more time during the day, you can just get steps easier, all the little externals. So I would from October, I think, soft launching, I would work less if even, so definitely that. And the classes at the beginning, at least for me, at the beginning of the semester, are like, they're not boring, but we only have finals at the end of a semester, so that's winter semester or summer, right? So a month and a half into uni, you're just getting to know the subjects because it's a new semester. You have to find out what's going on this year. So I feel like it won't be as much of a struggle, especially if I manage with the finals for the Worlds, and we did great. I don't care, we were second. We did really great. So if I manage that, the classes it can't be that big of a pain. The only thing I'm actually worried about is that I will have to lose a week maybe for the Sheffield trip. Let's be safe, a week. And then I have to make up for it. I have to give the excuse they just don't let it pass because I was powerlifting comp. Nobody cares about that at uni.
I'm just on the most famous.
You wouldn't watch me on the news, so I don't know if it will work, but you have to catch up after. But that's after. That's a problem for after. Before that, it will be a blast.
Now you're focused on the Sheffield.
Pretty much. Have to be, because we can say 5 months difficult decision if it's a lot or not, or if it's little.
We're gonna see.
We can argue, but it's enough. It's enough. That's the part. That's the part that's good. So
it's enough for what?
It's enough to prep. It is enough. It's enough to. It's enough to take my time right now, don't rush after the Worlds. Honestly, when we were prepping for Worlds, I was okay. Shit. When we were prepping for Worlds, we were more in a mental, like for me at least, that okay, this is all that matters as of right now, right? And after, okay, I can do whatever. It wouldn't matter. I would be after the comp. I didn't think I would have a competition this year, another international one. Maybe we do junior Euros. Well, maybe we'll think about that. But no, it's Sheffield, so well, we didn't know. So we thought, I was going through the comp like, okay, I will have so much time off after that. So I gave the most for that prep. I did my finals and I managed to do them with my work again and with my heaviest weeks of training. And so I will definitely, manage now. I have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
You'll take care.
I need that. That's 5 months.
I like it. So we covered kind of your prep, your mental state you're entering the Sheffield. We kind of had covered everything. But I want to ask you, is there something that changed like on the social media side and that stuff? Like you already mentioned that you want to, or not you, but your coach is pushing you slightly towards becoming an influencer.
Well, it's definitely helpful in the sport, right? If you post like, I mean, not powerlifting specific, but like gym specific, so like that, posts and reels. Actually, I think it was straight up after the comp, after Worlds. We are starting a collaboration with a shoe company, Notorious Lift, which I'm super excited about. Because, well, thanks to my coach as well, it happened. We got some help from great lifter, Elliot Sykes, thank him. He's a Notorious Lifter athlete. And he basically helped me a bit. He promoted me to the company. And we're gonna start the collaboration we're gonna start, right? So, well, and it was just like a couple days after Worlds, right? So
yeah. So will it start or launch before Sheffield?
Definitely. It will be so exciting for Sheffield, I think, as well. Because, I'm working with SBD. Also, that happened, well, it was recently for me. It was like after, not a year ago even. It's a couple months back. So that's when since I had the official collaboration. So, things are changing there. Even I'm small on in social media stuff. I'm small. We'll get better, maybe. But it's still something is changing there as well, right? So the collaborations, I got so many people texting me, oh my God, I'm sorry to everyone who's watching this if I take like 5 days to answer. Oh my God, I'm bad at that. But I think I answered everyone now.
But she did. I have some lifters, they didn't.
Oh, shit. Could have been worse. No, I know I'm bad with it. And I got so many DMs, which are all super sweet. So I enjoyed answering I enjoyed reading that. Like, I couldn't imagine so many people, well, for me, strangers sometimes texting me and congratulating me. And again, if they are not strangers, they're like some crazy powerlifting just goats texting like, you're impressive. Excited for that, so like nonchalant, love that a bit. But it's super exciting, so I love answering to that. But I just take my sweet time, I know I do. So a lot of change even there. I'm small of a creator, super over that. But I can't imagine if I were like, crazy big, how many people would actually be texting. How are the like others managing with that? And if there are so many DMs and so many like people reaching out, how do you know which one to reply, which one to know? I don't know. I need a tutorial maybe.
You have to ask them. You will be with the top 12,
Sure, let me just ask
around the top 12, or around the top 11, and you the one there. So you have to ask them after the comp. I would do it after the comp, not
it helps. Oh yeah, before maybe like distract them a bit.
Yeah.
That's good strategy.
Oh,
good.
now we have a strategy.
Now we're talking. Yes. Okay.
All right.
Shit.
That's nice.
Yeah, that is nice. It is.
Not a strategy, but to distract the lifters, but
strategy as well.
Things that are evolving, that it's coming there.
Again, because I didn't think it would happen, or I didn't think it would happen as quickly, or I didn't think it would happen at all. Doesn't matter, but it is happening, so it is nice.
And I have two last questions for you. One's regarding the Sheffield, one's not. Well, I'll start with that one.
Go for that.
And it's for you. You might be terrified of this one. I know that.
Okay,
and that's the question of comparison you and Agata. Because everybody is like saying you're
Everybody.
the Agata 2.0 or something like that. You're like I actually don't know what the people are saying, but I can imagine being the second Polish lifter or whatever. Is there something you have you want to say to that people, or just is there something you have to say?
You know, I have a very hate-love relationship here because as much as I love Agata as a person, as much, if not more, I hate being compared to her. Sorry, I can say that because again, she's great. She's the greatest there now. But I hate being compared to her because even when I watch back the live stream from comps and there's like, another lifter from Poland, or she's looking at her, I don't know what to say, but like, you know, just the Agata 2.0, Agata 2.0. Well, I'm not Agata 2.0. I'm Zuzana Mazer. I would like to be remembered for that, not to be second lifter from Poland. Great, we have another lifter. As a Polish, I think everyone is good with that. But why compare? Why just like, it's not a difficult name. Can you remember my name? Thank you. It's not hard to learn that. The 2.0 is just, it's not necessary. Again, great lifter, absolutely great person. All that we can sit and talk here about her. Sure, but you know you're doing podcast with me as well. So why think about that?
Actually, the first on the podcast.
Great. At first, it's something is for now. Good. Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. And also, it's kind of uncomparable because the age gap is there.
People like to compare, you know, Agata at my age versus me now and stuff like that. But you can't predict the future. There are, again, lots and lots of externals she had and I have had, doesn't matter. So it's not like one-to-one comparison. You can't do that with no lifters. So I would just be happy that we have great lifters in Poland, and she wasn't. You know, there's something in the air. People like to say that. Sure, she's just not the only one right now, and I think everyone has to accept that, and she as well, her as well. Doesn't matter.
That's perfect answer to my question, and I think I would cut it here.
Yeah, we just need to put it there, you know.
Yeah, because it's important that you will be remembered as Zuzana Mazer, and I'm looking forward to see your performance in Sheffield. I'll just have a finger crossed for you. I wish you all the luck in the world, that you will do the best.
I can't say thank you because it's bad luck in Poland. I don't know if you have that too. I can't say thank you. I had no thank you.
Okay, no thank you.
Nonchalant. We're ending this nonchalantly, but no, I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it a lot.
And the final question, what I have for you is there anything you would add, you haven't mentioned, and you would like to say it? Or is there something you would like to point out or to say thank you to somebody, or just throughout the podcast? Now it's time and place for that.
You know, the first thing that came to mind, I just wanted to actually, that's boring. Not congratulate. I would love to thank actually people who were there with me, because people like to say that powerlifting is like a single person sport. You know, you're there alone, you're lifting the bar. Obviously, spotters, judges, doesn't matter. But it's not like a team. It's not a team sport, so you're there alone. But you cannot do the whole journey by yourself. So, you know, not naming names, but it doesn't matter right now. I'm not being specific, but because I had so many people who were again cheering for me or actually being there with me, helping me in the past or now. All that together just actually contracted to me being where I am right now and where I will be in the future. So just huge thanks to everyone. Who's pretty much, you know, supporting me or being there with me. I appreciate it a whole lot. Because I never thought I would have such a huge support team on my back. Never in my life. So that means super much to me. That's sweet. I know it's sweet.
Yes, it is. It's sweet, and that's a perfect way to end the podcast. Yeah. So when we are thanking everybody, they know. Yeah. I thank you for accepting the invitation and being part. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Zuzana Mazer.
Really nicely pronounced. Good pronunciation. Appreciate it.
And we will hear about her in the future. Just like, comment, share. Do whatever you can to spread awareness and just get to know this lady beside me. It was a pleasure.
Well, it was a great pleasure. Thank you
Hope
for
to see
having me.
you soon, somewhere in the video,
Definitely.
somewhere not behind the camera.
Well, I'll be around, you know.
Yeah,
I'll be around.
she'll be around, so we'll see.
Thank you so much.